Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. I'm Brendan Lee. In this video, I want to talk to you about beliefs. All right, welcome back. I just completed a month-long retreat, which is to say we just had people over here for a month. They left at the beginning of November, roughly right at the end of October. And I wanted to make this video about beliefs. And this happened. The inspiration I got for this video came because I just finished a retreat and I watched the people working on this stuff. They're trying to become conscious of things. They're trying to have an increase in consciousness, discover things about themselves, about their experience, and about what's true. And they were working hard. Some people were making some progress. And I could see it. Many people made progress. In fact, everybody made some progress. But it became clearer to me than it has ever been prior that there's something that gets in the way of rapidly increasing progress, in my estimation, and or that really stands in the way of becoming conscious of what's true, and that's belief. Believing things. Believing anything. Belief, period. Faith, that whole domain just flat out doesn't work for this work. It gets in the way. It gets in the way of learning. It gets in the way of true openness. It gets in the way of a lot of stuff. Now, it's a bold statement. And my purpose for this video is to bring that to light and then also to try to work with myself as I make the video and work with you who watch the video and who are interested in this kind of work, hopefully in such a way that you reveal something to yourself that you didn't notice before that will empower you in your road to discovery. And so it seems to me the place I want to start is I want you to recognize that if we are working on becoming conscious, we're working on becoming conscious of what's true. All right? Now, I imagine one of the big pains in the ass right away is that a lot of people claim to know what's true. Christians, have you heard the truth? Blah, 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 have you heard the truth? Blah, 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 we can tell you what's true. Blah, 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 we can tell you what's true. So a lot of motherfuckers out there are saying what's true, and you could then assume that the direction that I'm taking in this work is, well, I actually know the real truth. No, I don't. In that domain. I'm not fitting myself in with all the other bullshit out there. Now, of course, that's what everybody says, so fuck it. Let's come at it this way. If you're going to get conscious of what's true, and I'm not claiming that I know what's true and that if you work with me, you're going to discover what's true and the only right and real truth. No. But what I can say is that I can push you into the direction of you discovering what's true for yourself, because that's how that always happens. And if we're working on becoming conscious of what's true, ergo real or authentic or really happening or what's really going on here, then we have to become conscious of what's really going on here. If you want to get conscious of what's true, it has to be true. Well, that doesn't help much. Yeah, I know. That's my starting point. Come on, cut me some slack. Okay? Or don't cut me some slack. Whatever you do, it's what you're going to do. See, so then that leaves us with a question. Well, what is true? See, I didn't tell you what's true. All I said was, if you want to get conscious of what's true, it's got to be true. It's got to be the real deal. It has to be the thing. It can't now. And I did not say what that thing is. I left it open on purpose. Now, if you are going to want to discover the truth, okay, let me hit one more angle here before we move on. And that is the my truth, your truth bullshit that I hear, okay? Now, coming from this perspective that I have right now, well, your truth and my truth, okay, cool. Your truth, my truth, and I've said this in other videos, that could be synonymous with your perspective and my perspective. Yeah, well, it's true for you. Yeah, well, it's not true for me. But then there's the truth, and I can prove it to you. If you have a truth, you're like, okay, if you walk off the cliff, you'll fall down. And my truth says, no, I'll fly. I really believe I'll fly. And the other person's like, no, the actual truth is, regardless of your truth, my truth, if I walk off that cliff, I'm going down. Why? That means there's something else going on that is real on planet Earth. We call that gravity. That's another story. But do you see how your truth, my truth, doesn't fucking matter for gravity? Gravity will pull you off the cliff either way, or push, however you frame that up. I'm not an expert on gravity, but I've heard some things. Okay? So there is such a thing as the truth. Regardless of my perspective or your perspective or anybody's perspective, there's what is. Regardless of perspective. Regardless of your truth, my truth. You get it? Okay, so we're laying some groundwork here. So now we have this possibility of discovering the truth. Like the truth. No matter what anybody says, no matter what perspective they have, what's the truth about perspectives, period? See? Or, oh, I like this, somebody else doesn't like this. What is the truth about liking things? Or, one person encounters a situation, and the meaning they give it, and the meaning that it has for them is like some sort of cosmic, spiritual, blah, blah, blah. And somebody else encounters the same thing at the same time, and the meaning they have is, So then what is the truth about meaning? You see the direction. There is something that's really true about meaning, and you could discover what that is, possibly. Okay? I hold that possibility. So now all right, you tracking so far? So we've blocked out this possibility of the truth, whatever that is, but there's something that exists outside of what you can see. Right? There's another argument. Your sight is limited to the spectrum of light that your eyeballs can pick up. You don't see all ranges of color. You don't see UV, you don't see infrared. So does that mean that you see everything, that your sight is actually somehow ultimately true, but you only see a narrow bandwidth? How is it? You don't see everything. You don't see all possible spectrums. So how can you say that your limited bandwidth of sight is all there is? There's more, right? If you don't believe there's more, well, that's a belief. Which I'm going to start to rip those apart here shortly. So I'm going to start going off on beliefs, or I'm going to start talking about belief and how much it gets in the way. So you see that argument. Same with your hearing. You can only hear a certain spectrum of sounds. So it's like, oh, is your hearing somehow true? Well, it's what you hear, but it's not the whole story. How could it be? It's not. So there is something, perhaps, outside of what you can see, think, feel, etc. Now, if that's the case, that would be more what's true. Or you could question, what is the truth about perception itself? Sight, sound, things like that, right? You could question that. So now, okay, so you got some groundwork on looking for the truth, whatever that is. Okay, wide open. Now, if you're looking for the truth, and you hear something from somebody else claiming that they know what's true, and you believe them without experiencing it for yourself, what have you got? What you've got will be a belief. Why? Because you have no experience. You have not experienced what's actually true. You've believed about what's true. You'll have a belief. Now, a belief by default is not and never will be what is true. It is always a belief about what's true. You see how that works? It is a belief about something. It's me believing about it. It's not it. Ever. It's like taking something on as if known without verifying for yourself. No verification. No looking further into the matter. It's just, okay, they said it, I know it now, we're done here. How is that going to help you discover what's true? In this work, it does not serve. It doesn't serve. It gets in the way. Okay? And what looks really challenging about this matter is that people don't fucking see it. They don't see it. They don't see that they're believing. I have gone years in a direction not realizing that I was believing shit. And Peter will tell people verbatim, don't believe me. I will, by proxy, tell people, don't believe. And now, like, I think for the first time in my career, working with people and noticing, like, seeing it alive, seeing the beliefs in action, seeing the people looking out at the world through the filter and not knowing it. And it boggles my mind. It's boggling my mind, and I'm going, how? I have a belief, you see, that it should be easier. I have a belief that people shouldn't believe shit. I can see it gets in the way, and I struggle in the sense that if I could wave a magic wand and just dispel all the beliefs, I would. Okay? But it does not seem to work that way. Peter has told me things over and over and over and over again, and like 10 years later, I'm like, oh, that's what you mean. Like, shit takes a while sometimes. Other things, right away. Bam, 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 got it. Okay. Other stuff, said it, slips into belief or slips into some other form, a concept. I don't realize it. I'm just working out of that, thinking that I know what he's talking about, when in reality, oh, shit, later on. Shit, I didn't know. Fuck. And the same thing. So, okay, so you got that? It says belief crap. Now, one tricky part is, do you believe me when I tell you this? This is where it starts to get real convoluted and tricky and confusing, in the sense that sometimes beliefs are so good, they masquerade as reality, and it's like it's hard to tell. It's hard to tell. It's a challenge. Like, how do I know what I'm believing, what I'm not believing? This is where I think some courage, this is where I think brutal honesty comes in, brutal honesty with myself, and just really fucking wanted to know what's true regardless of what I want to be true. Because that's another thing I've seen. It's like, you know, again, people come in, they've done other spiritual work. Oh my fucking God, does that get in the way? Because they think that what their spiritual work is the same shit we do. As far as I can tell, it's not. But they think it is, and they don't know it. And they're off the mark. Again, they're missing it. They miss it. So that prompts me to make a video. Hey, wake up out there if you can. Quick, too. Time's wasting. You're going to die at some point. See? So now, again, and again, let me premise, or whatever. This video is for people that are committed to wanting to discover what's true for themselves. If you don't want to discover what's true, you don't want to know what's true, and you don't care, I don't know why the fuck you're watching this video. All right? Send me some whiskey, okay? Let's have a beer. Let's go fucking, I don't know, do stuff, okay? But if you are serious and you want to know what's true, look out for this trap, the believing trap. You see, we'll do contemplation intensives, and then people, I preempt as best I can. All right, you remember all the stuff we did in all these other workshops? Like, because we just do, and maybe this is part of the problem. We just do like 3 weeks of workshops, and we do a contemplation intensive, which is just, all right, you're just going to grasp what's true, like your true nature. Who are you, really? Direct. Not you perceiving you, like I see me, I feel me, I sense me, I'm in awareness or whatever. But no, who are you? What are you, really? And you know all that work we just did? Throw it out. I'll say it like that. Throw it out. It's worthless. It's completely worthless. But do people really throw it out? I don't think so. You know those books that Peter wrote? Worthless. You know all those books that everybody else wrote? Worthless. Every single spiritual book, fucking worthless. Every single spiritual teaching, everything you've heard from a spiritual person, everything you see, and now I'm lumping myself in with spiritual people, and I'm not that, except I am. But who knows? See? Got to be open. So you associate me with that? No. And throw out everything I said. You see? So the whole thing, throw out all language, period. Throw out perception, throw out future, throw out past, throw it all out, and then get what's true. And then throw out what I just said and don't make it into a method. See? Now what do you got left? Well, throw out space and time. Fuck all that. Start fresh. And then throw out what I said. See, how many people do that? Or who talks like that? I don't know. See, but then people don't do it. They don't really do it. Okay? So look out for this trap. Be aware. Quit fucking around. If you really want to know what's true, okay? Do not fuck around with beliefs. Now, again, tricky. Do you believe me? See, I can easily see, and I've seen it like start to happen, where people will take on my attitude or take on the enthusiasm, and then this will become the way to go. No. See, and this is where it gets loopy. Like, well, then you're like, okay, well then I'll follow the no path. I'll do the no way. I'll toss out all beliefs. I'll do this and I'll believe you. Amen. I don't know what the fuck to do about that. I really don't know. This is where I'm starting to work here. Like I'm working. I'm like, how do I get through to people like that? I don't know that I can. I can tell you. I can yell. I can scream. I can have you consider. I can tell you over and over and over and over again with the hopes that something sinks in, which is what I'm doing. And I think there has to be some internal recognition that is, maybe this is part of it. It's like it is outside of my control. What you believe and what you do with your mind is not under my control. Yes, I can represent myself in some ways to appeal and maybe strike your automatic programming, as it were, to like twitch you into the ideas that I want. And this is, what I'm trying to do now is like speak in such a way that you get what I'm saying. But ultimately, that you over there, I am not your boss. I cannot tell you how to do this. I cannot make you stop believing. I cannot give you the recognition of what a belief is. I can't give that to you. You have to give that to yourself. I cannot solve that internal problem. You have to. You have to recognize what you believe. You have to recognize what a belief is. You have to grasp how a belief works and notice that it is not the truth ever, nor will it help you get there. You have to grasp if what I said is even true. Okay? You got to do that. If you don't, you won't. You see how that works? Okay? So it's on you. Which brings me to another point. People like to be told what to do. Okay? Just look at spiritual teachers. Look at other stuff out there. Like, I'm probably going to make another video. I'm going to go after Eckhart Tolle for fun. not him, the person, but some of the stuff that's going on. I might make some comments, all right? And it's like, there's a quote, rather than being your thoughts and emotions, be the awareness behind them. Rather than being your thoughts and emotions, be the awareness behind them. He's telling people what to do. And everybody's eating it up. It's fucking popular. And just look in your own self. Isn't it nice? Look at a group of people. Have you ever seen a group of people try to do something without a leader? They suck. They suck. They've got no leadership. What does that mean? Nobody's telling them what to do. And you're in a group of people. Somebody says, hey, let's go do this. Bam, but isn't it that easier? Oh, okay, good. They'll handle it. I can relax. Okay, good. They got it. Good. That's better, isn't it? That's liking being told what to do. Like people say, oh, I don't like being told what to do. It's like, no, you actually do. For the most part. So now the thing is, with this work, well, I guess I'm telling you to get off your beliefs. Do you like being told what to do? We don't tell people how to live. I don't care, ultimately, what you do. It's not my problem. It's your problem. It's not mine. See, as long as you're not physically threatening me, I don't really give a shit. Okay, I care about some of the verbal stuff too, but that's my problem. Do you see what I'm saying? So it's like I'm not a parent. And I think people want parents. They want to be told what to do. They want it to be easy. They want to believe something, and they want it to feel good. That seems to be the way that people operate and what they want. Now, getting rid of your beliefs or really going for what's true is not about what you want. It's also not about what you don't want. It's just about what's true. And there are consequences to discovering what's true, but maybe you should discover what those are if that's what you want. If you really want to know what's true, you've got to know what's true, not believe about what's true. You see the difference? Okay? Which leads me to another point. People that want a certain spiritual outcome, I've seen this happen a bunch of times. Your mind is so powerful, you can create one. You can make up a concept that looks like something fucking real and something amazing has happened when in reality you've just made up some shit, a concept about what you think is true, and it feels really good, and you have a massively altered state, and then that's what you got, and you don't even know. That's a possibility. I've seen it. So don't do that. And then isn't it true with those states? Don't they come and then they go away at some point? And then you go, man, I want to get that back. That is a state. That's not any more true than like taking a shit. Yeah, you had a state. Whoop-de-fucking-do. In terms of being conscious of what's true, who gives a fuck? It's another state. I can tell you how many, well, no, I can't tell you how many states I've gone through. Fucking good ones, bad ones, weird ones, intense ones, amazing shit, God shit, everything shit, massive pain. What do you want? Comes and goes, blah. Okay. You have something that comes and goes. Great. In terms of getting conscious of what's true, go masturbate in a closet. You have a state change, and then it'll be over. Or your bed, whatever, not animals. Okay, so then there's that. So be aware of that possibility and use honesty. I think honesty is one of the best tools. Like, is what you're having genuine? What are you actually conscious of? Are you conscious of something, or are you just jerking off? Do you believe me? Or do you actually get what a belief is? Are you making stuff up, or is it real? You have to find that out. That's in terms of becoming conscious of what's true. And again, remember that the perspective that I'm coming at this video is the perspective of wanting to empower you to grasp what's true. All right? Not a belief, not a thought, not a fantasy, but what is. You could grasp what's true about a fantasy. But you're not going to do it like a thought. You're not going to do it like a fantasy. You're going to get like what a fantasy is. Same with a belief. And then it will tell you something. Same, you can do that with meaning. What is meaning? What is knowing something? What is that? And then you'll be moving in the direction of what is true. You see? Not what do you think's true. Okay? So, have I done enough damage to beliefs? Have I shaken you up enough? It gets in the way. So, what do you do moving forward? Continue working, continue trying to grasp what's true. And remember, that drive, that ability for you to become conscious is in you. You are alone in that effort. In a very real way, nobody can do that for you. No guru, no teacher, no book, no nothing. The book might stimulate you and you might then grasp something, but you're the one who grasps it. A teacher could jump up and down and yell and do whatever, but you have to get it. Otherwise, you don't get it. See, so keep putting the onus on you to make it happen. Otherwise, it'll become a belief and a belief system and then a religion, and then you'll just have people believing stuff, which is, again, that's what that is. It doesn't go anywhere. It just feeds on itself and reinforces how you see the world the way it is for you, the way you believe it to be for you, and it will be solid as that, and you won't even know. Kind of like living in the Matrix, which is another popular thought. Oh, we're in the Matrix. Yeah, you believe that? Anyway. All right, so you got it? That's what I've got for you on beliefs. Look out. Cool. Thanks for watching this video. Take care of yourselves. Do some good work. If you want to get a little more serious or you want to get involved out there, please check the links in the description of the video. I have some offerings for you. I do a monthly Zoom call with people. If you want to actually get serious and do some work that will make a real difference, come here, do a workshop. You can check the links on the website. Go check Rolston's website and come over. Do a fuck ton of work and let's go. Otherwise, see you guys in the next video. Please, blah, blah, blah. Hey, shoot me a comment. Write to me. And I'll catch you later. Good luck. Stay honest for this one. And I'll talk later. Bye.